I wanted to get out today and check out our trail system. I haven't been in there all year. It goes back to a small lake that is kind of a branch off a bigger lake, obviously. It's named Little Trout Lake, and it's the neighbor of Big Trout Lake. But it is an area I did not explore growing up. Big Trout Lake I was really familiar with. I knew the family that owned it. We knew all the trails and all the roads to get back in there. But I only recently found out about this Little Trout Lake a couple years ago. And now the Nature Conservancy has taken it over, and it's a trail system now. But they're kind of specific about what you can do on it. And I'm hoping snowshoeing is one of the things I can do. I know you can cross-country ski, so I can't really see why I can't snowshoe in, so we're gonna go for it. This is the actual trailhead, but I'm not going in this one. I'm going in a shorter route. Somebody's definitely headed that way. I'll head down a little bit further down to what's called Stevenson's Bay. We'll go from there. Not too bad. It's about 25 degrees out. You can see that the lake's wide open. The ice has been moving in and out, you know, all winter. But it's not built up as much as I thought it would be. But we had some warm weather the other day, and it really caused the snow to become packy. Whew, never mind. I spoke too soon. That wind is just blowing. But we're gonna head in that trail here before it gets dark. Go ahead and get my old pre-war era snowshoes on here. Don't make fun of them. There's a lot of hiking with these things. They're not fancy, they don't have fancy bindings, but they have worked great this winter. So this is what we're looking at the start of the trailhead. No campfires cut the trails. All kinds of rules, but we're following. So here's our trail system. Now the snow is definitely a lot more crunchy than it was the other day. We had a warm spell, up around 45 I think yesterday, which is pretty amazing. But the temperature dropped again today. Now it's not really cold, but it is below freezing. It's 25, but I want to go this way. I've never been this way before. This is always swampy and wet in the summer, but the trails back up over that way. See, I'm not the first thing to come through here. A little bit of water's been moving along here. I'm curious to what this looked like a month ago. Like I said, yesterday was a big thaw. I'm guessing those are coyote tracks. Those look bigger than a coyote. But what happens is that they make the tracks, and then it warms up, and the tracks actually get wider, even though they're actually not that big. But some days you go, ooh, looks like I see a wolf. Or I see wolf tracks, but nah, it's just a coyote. They're a lot more common around here. So here's the split in the trail. Look at the signpost. A little bit of snow, but this is the part I like. This is where they're not big ridges. I know there's people that live around mountains, but no, these are big. I'm not sure what those are. Those are big. That might be wolf. It's possible. Then again, it could just be coyote tracks that have melted. Now you can see the ridges starting to show up here. This is a ridge line that, like here, and you can see it up this way. It actually turns into a hill. This is a ridge line that I grew up on, and it goes for miles this way. And like I said, Trout Lake, big trout, which I'm much more familiar with than this little lake, is over this way. And it's surrounded by these hills and a couple of the, well, it's this ridge line, so. But here's the trail to the lake. I thought I might be out of this little parka by now, but I thought this would be a sweatshirt hike. That wind's a little cooler than I thought today. So this is Little Trout Lake. Oh, if this was regular old snow, this would be a breeze. But something else has been through here. Oh, this should be interesting. Here's some drifts. Made it. All right. Ooh. Oof. I knew that was coming. Oh. Down I go again. Try this again. Up. Come on. Oh. All right. That builds character. That's what they tell me. There we go. Ta-da! Well, that's a little depressing. I don't know what I expected that to be, but it's just rocks. I was hoping it was a beaver dam or something. But you can really see the ridge over here now. Looks pretty good. That must be where I came in. You can see my tracks. I got a little sketchy out there in the middle, but it was slush, frozen, just a small, or just a thin layer of ice over slush. Like I put the back of my little snowshoes through it, but we're gonna start heading back here. I'm not super knowledgeable of this area. I'm okay. I know where the lake is, but I'm not real familiar with this trail. So we're gonna go ahead and head around back, but we're gonna go back in this way because I know there's a easier way to get back up that ridge versus the way I came down. I bet you this was a nightmare yesterday when it was raining. But it stayed semi-warm all night. It had to have been around 30, but it's cooling off again. It's supposed to be down in the teens, which is much better than it's been all winter with below 0 and single digits. There is a certain beauty to it. If you listen, there's not a man-made sound. There's probably not another human within 2 miles anyway, that I know of because my folks live down there. Okay, so I just came in off the ice. Came up that hill right here off the lake, but this is where the trail split. Now, the first place we stopped in the truck, that's the main trailhead. That's where this trail goes. But I parked the other end, so we got to hike back, which isn't bad. It'll be a nice hike. But this is a little area I skipped when I went out on the ice. No big deal. I do got to get my little tripod back. So we made her back. All we got to do is load up. Like I said, I enjoyed that walk out much better than to walk in. Simply for the fact that I got some exercise versus just running my jaws. But there's a car coming, so I better hurry up and get in. But I'll be ready for summer when it hits. But we've definitely endured a winter this year.